He leaned into the microphone, half smiling, and said it. "Let's have her live above our house, above our garage. And good luck to the feds coming in to try to get her." Those 22 words from New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy instantly went viral. Within hours, talk radio hosts accused him of harboring an undocumented immigrant. By the next morning, a federal subpoena was reportedly on its way. Murphy isn't new to immigration theatrics. Back in 2018, he signed the Immigration Trust Directive, blocking police cooperation with ICE for non-criminal cases. By 2025, he was the face of the progressive wing's housing and zoning reforms, pushing to convert office parks into apartments and allow small granny flats statewide. That image, builder, reformer, technocrat, clashed hard with the soundbite that suddenly made him look defiant, even reckless. At a weekend forum with the progressive group Blue Wave New Jersey, Murphy described a friend whose immigration status isn't yet where it needs to be. Then came the joke, or dare, heard across the country. Conservative outlets framed it as an admission of a crime, replaying the clip nonstop. Republican Assemblyman Eric Peterson told local media, "The governor thinks he's above the law. Instead of enforcing our laws, he's breaking them and telling others to do the same." Trump's former border czar Tom Homan called the remark foolish, warning that harboring someone illegally could violate federal law. Murphy's office scrambled. Spokespeople insisted the woman in question had legal status and never lived there. But as often happens online, the correction traveled slower than the outrage. For 2 straight days, #MigrantGate trended across New Jersey social feeds. One Republican candidate even joked at a debate, maybe the sheriff should swing by the governor's house. Then reporters dug up older clips. In a press conference right after Trump's 2016 win, Murphy bragged that he and his taxpayer-funded security detail had physically positioned themselves to deter ICE agents near his Middletown mansion. He said, "I just went there one night with my detail and hung out." Whether that scared them off or not, I don't know. He vowed New Jersey would, quote, "fight to the death against federal immigration crackdowns." Now those past boasts looked less like activism and more like a pattern. Lost in the shouting was why Murphy mentioned housing at all. He'd spent his entire second term pushing affordable housing expansion, streamlining zoning approvals, promoting conversions of vacant retail space, and signing A4/S50, the state's biggest Mount Laurel reform in decades. But that same agenda already angered local officials who called it a power grab by Trenton. The "good luck to the feds" quip poured gasoline on that distrust. Behind the politics lies the math. In 2025, the median New Jersey home listed around $577,000, up more than 25% since 2020. Average property taxes top $9,400 a year, highest in the nation. Vacancy rates hover near 2%, and rent growth is outpacing wages in 18 of 21 counties. Murphy's team argues his reforms are the only way to fix that. Critics counter that state-level zoning mandates and political grandstanding make builders nervous and voters angrier. When a governor simultaneously says, "cut red tape," and "good luck to the feds," opponents see contradiction. Republicans branded it virtue signaling with a side of lawbreaking. Progressives defended him, calling it symbolic empathy. Both sides missed the middle. For many New Jerseyans, it felt like a disconnect between political theater and day-to-day affordability. People can't find homes, and their leader is talking about hiding one. Murphy's gaffe mirrors a broader American collision. States like California and New York pushing sanctuary ideals while struggling to build housing fast enough for their own citizens. Zoning fights become proxy wars for immigration philosophies. When leaders blur the line between moral gesture and policy execution, the public stops listening to the numbers. And in 2025, the numbers in New Jersey are brutal. Rents up 11% year over year, home supply down 17%. Murphy is term limited and leaves office in 2026. But his comments may shape who succeeds him. Every Republican challenger is now branding him as soft on law and hard on homeowners. Meanwhile, Democratic hopefuls are cautiously distancing themselves from his language while keeping his housing agenda intact. In Trenton, lawmakers quietly admit his gaffe set back zoning negotiations by months. The controversy isn't really about who lives above the governor's garage. It's about how words can upend policy. Because in politics, especially housing politics, credibility is currency, and once it's spent, it's nearly impossible to buy back.